Greetings everyone. In this video I want to talk about astrology and how it affects source players.
Greetings! This infinite source truth is made possible by the generous contributions and support of viewers like you. Please consider making a contribution now. Thank you.
So astrology is the movements of the planets and the time mechanism within this illusionary 3D matrix that we're living in, this dream matrix, this mind game that we're living in. So how does astrology affect you? Well, it is the marking of time, months, years, days, hours, your time when you entered your script, when you were born, sets the astrology, your script, time guidelines for you. Now, how long does that affect you, and when does it stop affecting you, being a source player? Well, a source player, until they reach neutrality outside of the box, is governed by astrology. You see, the planets do have energetic power, electrical power over your experience, your mind experience. We live in an electrical universe, one verse, a universe inside of you. This is an illusionary dream mind game, and it is governed by currents. Yes, currents, electrical stimulation, input currents. And the astrological planets at the time of your birth, which goes right down to the very minute of your birth, have influences over those things that were written in your script, which were timed to those astrological events, conjunctions, the flow of the planets. And this affects you until you become neutral and raise your frequency to be outside the box. Outside the box thinking, neutrality. You no longer are in duality. You are outside the influences of the astrological planets. But being outside the astrological influences, you can still use them to your benefit if you choose, or not, because you are a powerful creator and you're no longer bound to those things. Once you are whole and complete, having completed the inner alchemy and having raised your frequency to be into neutrality and having escaped the box, the duality within this matrix construct. Which means that most source players are influenced by the astrological time. And you need to maybe be aware of that, but I wouldn't put a lot of energy into it. I would put more energy into raising your frequency so that you can basically manipulate those currents and frequencies and have more knowledge about this game and making it work most to your benefit. So I'm not talking about the astrology like you pick up a magazine or a paper and it has a astrology section, your horoscope. I'm not talking about that kind of astrology. I'm talking about something much deeper and more intimate to you as an individual source player, based on your specific place that you were born, time that you were born, that kind of information that actually relates even to the place that you were born. The horoscopes are useless. They would fit just about anybody. And especially if a source player looked at it and they thought and they received it, then they could be using that horoscope to create their day. Simply because it said this and you start thinking along those lines, and it would be possible for your day to take that direction. This is for a source player with an unlocked script. If you are a source player with a locked script and you view a horoscope, then it was in your script. It was a choice that you made that was within your script, and how that plays out, only your script will tell. But yes, astrology does affect a source player. Now, if you wanted to spend some time, I guess, learning it for yourself, I'm not saying run out and pay somebody for an astrological reading. I don't encourage that. I would encourage you to maybe get a book on the subject, go online, do some research on your own so that you can read the currents for yourself. There are software programs that you can get that will give you that information about the planets. I do not suggest going and paying for an astrological reading. You would be better off investing the time and researching it for yourself so you could really know what was going on. A source player with an unlocked script, if they're inside the box still, in their frequency level, will be able to manipulate some of those energies for their benefit if they are aware of them. Always ask your source self what will benefit you and how to go about doing it. But you can use them to your benefit, and you can override those days that are, or time periods that are supposed to be significantly worse energies. You can minimize their impacts in your script, in your life. Just because you have an unlocked script does not mean that everything from your old script just totally disappears and you start a brand new script. Because, okay, when you unlock your script, are you still living in the same house? Are you still married to the same person? Are you still going to the same job? All of these things are from your old script. All of them. So how can you say I am writing a new script when you're still working with old script characters? They're still in your play. Now, if they're source players, they will be there because there is a connection there, a soul group connection. And if they are an unaware source player, if they have not unlocked their scripts, then they're just going to follow their script. They're going to remain in yours as long as you're in proximity to them and you choose to allow them to remain, or you remove them by your choice. And a source player with an unlocked script can remove people from their scripts, soulless ones included. If you work a job and you like the job, but there are a few soulless ones that you don't care for in that script that you are working with, you can write them out. You can intend that they get a job someplace else, that they go somewhere, that they leave. Source players are a bit different, like I said, and you need to ask your source self if it's beneficial for you to write certain source players out of your script or not. And again, a source player with an unlocked script, that is totally your freedom to do. And it should always be whether it will benefit you in your journey. You see, there's another aspect to this. When you concentrate on your journey, you are helping all of source players, all the source players, because we are one. And as more source players become victorious in their lives, they unlock their scripts and they get their frequency outside the box to neutrality. It affects major changes in this game experience for all source players. So, those who are wanting to run out and get source players woke up, well, that would not benefit as much as you concentrating on your journey, getting your frequency outside the box to neutrality, and that will have a greater impact on those source players still in the box than you trying to go around waking them all up. You can verify that with your source self. as you should all the information that you receive, regardless of where it's coming from. But to do that, you need a good connection with your source self. And how do you attain that good connection? Well, you have to remove the animal meat, flesh, blood, fish, and anything with a heart from your foods consumed. It's required. How serious are you about your journey and having your best life yet? It shows your intent. It shows your desire. There is no other way in order to experience an abundant, wonderful life. If you have found the information that I have been sharing in these videos to be of benefit to you, then it is in your benefit to be a supporter of this work as you unlock things for yourself, higher frequencies that you cannot unlock any other way. It is a frequency issue. Abundance, health, and prosperity to you.